to the highest, I don't think any one of you have difficulties to order the number from the smallest to the highest, right? It will be easy for you. After you reorder the number from the smallest to the highest, for finding the median, there are two ways. You can use the formula. The formula that usually we use n plus 1 divided by 2. This is the formula n plus 1 divided by 2 to find the position of the median, or you can just cancel the number also fine. So like wait, sorry, my pencil's gone. Yeah, so here we can directly cancel from outside. We cancel it one by one from outside. We cancel this number, we cancel also this one. So we have the leftover number, which is 12. We call it as median. And then from the leftover number that we haven't used in here, the smaller one, we will going to find the lower quartile. How do we find the lower quartile? We find the middle one from the leftover number. For finding the middle one, there are two ways. You can do canceling, or you can do using the formula n plus 1 divided by 2. Either one, the answer will be the same. So the lower quartile in here, it will be equals to 6. The formula for lower quartile, it will be written as Q1. For the median, it will be written as Q2. For upper quartile, it will be written as Q3. How do we find the upper quartile? Yeah, we take the bigger number in here. We find the middle one for the leftover number also. Is there anyone having any question to find the median, lower quartile, upper quartile? Clear, right? Okay. If no one have no confusion, I will move to maybe let us discuss, for finding the interquartile range. What is interquartile range? Interquartile range is the difference between upper quartile and also lower quartile. Yes, what happens, Sujoyo? Why are you raising your hand?
Teacher, what is the bahasa of median, mode, and mean?
Median, yes, still median in bahasa. Lower quartile, it will be only Q1 and Q3 still same thing. There is no word in bahasa, I think, because in bahasa usually mm, still using the Q1, Q2, and Q3. I don't know the term in bahasa. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
teacher. Thank you,
remember anything.
teacher.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, for the median, we have to find the middle one. Same. Sorry, we just discussed the interquartile range. For the interquartile range, we have to find the difference between the upper quartile and also lower quartile. If range, we have to find the difference between the largest value and also the smallest value. Is there anyone having any question? No? Okay. If no question, I will move to the example question. I think, there is another example question. I have another numbers in here, but the numbers is not in order. The first thing that we have to do, we have to order all the numbers from the smallest to the highest. So in here, we started from 9, 10, 11, 12, 12, 13, 14, 17. After we're done ordering the number from the smallest to the highest, we are going to find the median. How do we find the median? You can use the formula n plus 1 divided by 2, or you can do cancel. So in here, I just do canceling. So cancel one by one from outside. This and then this I cancel. Because this is also when I cancel, I have no leftover number in here. So it means if I want to find the median, I have to plus the 12 and 12. And then the result, I will need to divide it by 2. So later, I already have the median, which is equals to 12. After that, because the median number, the middle one is not taking any number. It's only in the middle part in this place. At this place, we have no number in here. So the number 12 and 9, the number 12 will be used again for finding the lower quartile. From 9 until 12, we have to find the lower quartile. The lower quartile, it will be in between 10 and 11. So how do we find the what value is in between 10 and 11? You can just plus the 10 and 11 divided by 2. We have 10.5. For the upper quartile, we have to find the value in between 13 and 14, which is equals to 13.5. Is there anyone having any question? Is there anyone having any question? No question? Okay, if you have no question, I will move to the next question, to the example question. Let us try to discuss it together. I prepare two questions. One question we will discuss it now. Another question will be your homework. So there are two questions, question 1 and question 2. Which one do you want to discuss it? The question 1 or question 2?
The harder one.
Okay, let us discuss the question 2. Okay. So the question 1, it will be the homework, yeah. Okay, so in here, another physical fitness test is conducted 1 month later. However, only 9 of the students took the test, as one student is sick. So we already have the number. We have to find the Q1, Q2, and Q3. So the first thing that we have to do, we have to order the number from the smallest to the highest. So what number do I have to write first? Anyone can tell me?
9,
Okay,
8,
after 9,
23,
9, 15. After 9, 15. After that, what number?
16,
15, 16, and then, so 9 already take out, 15 already, 16 already. So which number?
23,
23, okay. 23, and then 26, okay. After that, what number? How many? 32. Okay, 32. After 32, which number do we have to take? 32, then 35. Okay, 35. After 35, what number? 47.
next one.
Okay, 47. And then the last one is 54. Is the 54 visible for you, or it is cut, yeah, by the WebEx?
Visible.
Okay, if visible, then I don't have to move it. Okay, when we already have the number, we have to find the Q1, Q2, and Q3. The easier one, we have to find the Q2 first. Q2 is the median. So we check how many data are there in total.
9.
9. So how do we find the middle one? To find the middle one, I use the formula. Yeah, so it will be 9. Okay, 9 plus 1 divided by 2, it will be equals to 5. So we take the fifth data as the median. Which number that is the fifth data? Which number is the fifth data?
26.
26. Okay, we have the median, which is equals to 26. This is the Q2. Is there anyone having any questions so far? Hello? No question? Okay. If you have no question, we have the leftover number in here. This is, we have to find the lower quartile, the Q1. So is there anyone can guess which number that will be used for the Q1?
15 to
15 and
16.
Yeah,
16.
in between 15 and 16. So in this place, it will be the Q1. Anyone can tell me what number it will be in between 15 and
15.5.
okay, 15.5. The answer will be equals to 15.5 for the Q1. Is there anyone having any questions so far? No? Okay. If no question, now we need to find the upper quartile. Which number that will be the upper quartile?
35 and 47.
Yeah, in between 34 and 47. So what number it will be? The Q3. 35 plus 47 divided by 2. How many? Yes, sorry.
41.
41.
One.
Okay. Is there anyone who get confused? How to get 41? It's always the data next to each other. 35, you plus it with 47 divided by 2. Okay, is there anyone having any question? Oopsie, my handwriting ugly. Is there anyone having any question? It's so hard. Is there anyone? No? Okay. If no question, let us move to the question 2. For the question 2, we have to find the range. How do we find the range? How do we
54
find?
minus.
Yeah, the range is the highest minus smallest. The highest is 54 and then the smallest is 9. So 54 minus 9, how many it will be?
45.
45. Good job. Now what about the interquartile range? What is the interquartile range? Interquartile range is the difference between upper quartile and lower quartile. Please kindly make notes if you are if you forget everything easily, you need to make notes. So it will be how many? Minus how
40
many?
minus 15.5.
41 minus 15.5. How many it will be? Yeah, it will be
25.5.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone having any confusion so far? No? No confusion? Okay. So is there anyone who are still confused with what is range, what is interquartile range, what is lower quartile, upper quartile, median? Is there anyone having any question? No? Okay. If no question, I will move to the next material. For the next material in here, we have the diagram. From the diagram, same, we have to find the upper quartile and also lower quartile. Okay, same thing, the rules. For the lower quartile, it will be 1 per 4 all of the data. If it is given as a curve like this, the Q1 in here, it will be 1 per 4 of n. This is if Q1. If Q2, yeah, it will be 2 per 4 of n. Because Q stand for quarter, so if Q2, yeah, it will be 2 per 4 of n. If Q3, it will be 3 per 4 of n. What is n? N is the total data given. Oops, sorry, it's supposed to be 3. 3 per 4 n. 3 per 4 n. Yeah, you can simplify the 2 per 4 into 1.5. That's I display it as Q1 1 per 4, Q2 2 per 4 to make you easier to memorize. If Q1, yeah, 1 per 4. If Q2 2 per 4. If Q3 3 per 4. Everything per 4 depends on what number on the Q. Okay. So for Q1, how do we find the n? If it is cumulative frequency, the n, you have to check where is the n of the curve. The n of the curve is at this point. So you have to check the frequency. The frequency is 120. So it means the n is equals to 120. Is there anyone who get confused? Is there anyone who get confused how to read the cumulative frequency so far for finding the n? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Let me know if anyone have any confusion. Okay. Please kindly listen. How do we check the n? You have to check the curve properly. You have to find the end of the curve. Where is the position of the end of the curve? This is the end point. And then you have to, if you get confused, you can prepare a ruler and check it. Where is it? If I put a straight line, if I connect a straight line in here, so it will be connected to 120. So it means the 120 is the end. Is there anyone who has confusion still now? No? Okay. If you have no confusion, Now we find the Q1, Q2, and also Q3. For finding the Q1, so it will be 1 per 4 times 120. 1 per 4 times 120, the answer is 30. So it means we have to find the 30 data. How do we check the 30? We have to check the cumulative frequency on this side. From this side, we find the 30. Where is the 30? The 30 will be at this place. This is the place for 30. And then you can take a ruler, connect it. Make sure you make a straight line. Do not make it like mencong, something like that. It have to be a straight line, parallel with the x-axis. After you make it parallel with the x-axis, you will meet a point with the curve, and then you can make another vertical line. For the vertical line, you can find the value of the mass in here. The mass in here, it will be 92. So we have the Q1 is equals to 92. Is there anyone who get confused? Is there anyone who get confused? Let me know if any one of you have confusion. No? Okay. For finding the median, you have to do the same thing. So 2 per 4, you can simplify it, become a half. A half times 120, it will be equals to 60. So you have to find the 60 data. Where is the 61? On this place. So you make you take a line, make a straight line, find the connection with the curve, and then you go down, you check the value. The value for the median in here, it will be 101 for the median. So we have the median Q1. Before we already find the Q1 is equals to 92. For the Q2, it is equals to 101. And then for the Q3, do the same thing. 3 per 4 times 120. The answer, it will be equals to 90. So you have to find the 90 data. Where is the 90 data? The 90 data, it will be at this place. This is the 90. Make a straight line, connect it with the curve. You find the value in here. The value here, it will be 111. That's why the Q3 is equals to 111. So later on, if we are going to find the interquartile range, we can directly subtract the Q3 with the Q1. Q3 minus Q1, the answer will be equals to 19. Is there anyone who get confused, or my explanation is still confusing for you? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If no one have no confusion, I will move to the next slides. Yeah, in here we already have the question. Let us try to discuss it together. We have to find the median, lower, and also upper quartile. So before we find it, we have to check how many datas are there. How many datas are there in total? Hello? How many datas are there in total? Are you still there?
100.
Yeah, 100. So the datas in that in total is 100. So we have the n is equals to 100. Is there anyone who get confused to get 100? Is there anyone who get confused to get 100? No? Okay, the n is equals to 100. If anyone get confused, please let me know which one that is still confusing for you. So we have the n is equals to 100. Now if we are going to find the median is a half of 100. A half of 100, it will be 50. So we make a line from the 50 in here. We make line, and then we connect it with the curve. We find it, what value is it on that position. Is it visible for you, or is it too small?
Is it 49?
Yeah, will be 49 for the median, correct. The median, it will be equals to 49. Is there anyone who have confusion? No? Okay. If no one have no confusion, I will move to the lower quartile. lower quartile is 1 per 4 of n. The n is 100. 1 per 4 of 100, it will be equals to 25. So we check from the curve, from the cumulative frequency, we have to find where is the 25. The 25 will be at this position. So I make a straight line and connect it. Maybe if you are using your own book, it will be more better. It will be at that place, so it will be around 40. So the Q2, it will be, the Q1, it will be equals to 40. Is there anyone who have confusion in here? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay.
Teacher, it's more than
Yes.
4.
No, it's not it's not more than. It's exactly 40, just my line that is over than the curve. It's 40. Yeah, it's not, it depends on which one that you have to find. The question say that we have to find the median first, then lower quartile, then upper quartile. That's why I find the Q2 first. But the order, if you want to find the Q1 first, that is okay, as long as you label it properly. Wait, is it 40? Yeah? No, it's not 40. It's 42, yeah, Jasmine.
42.
Yeah, 42. Sorry. It's supposed to be 40.
40 and 20, teacher.
Yeah,
I'm like,
22.
my eyes
Okay,
up to
okay. Okay, yeah. It's 42. Sorry, thank you. Q2 is 42. Is there anyone who get confused? Maybe, yeah, I need glasses or anything. Yeah, 42. Okay, for the upper quartile, now if we move to the upper quartile, we need to find the 3 per 4 of 100. So how many is 3 per 4 of 100?
75.
Yeah, 75. So we have to make the line from the 75 at the cumulative frequency. We connect it to the curve like this. So how many it will be? I got my eyes. I don't like to see the screen. How many it will be? Is it 50? No, it's not 54. More than 54. How many it will be? How many it will be for the Q3?
57.
Yeah, Q3 is 57. Okay, is there anyone having any question? Maybe later if you print it, it will be more visible for you, because sometimes when looking at the screen, your eyes will be, yeah, will be more tired, I think. For me, it's more tiring to see the screen. Okay, yeah, that's why it needs ruler, because if you do not use ruler, later the line is not really parallel with the x-axis, you will be having different answer with the one that supposed to be the answer. Okay, now we move to the question to interquartile range. How do we find the interquartile range? Is there anyone still remember? How do we find?
37 minus 49.
Yeah, interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So it will be, Q3 minus Q1. It will be 57 minus 42, yeah. Sorry, I labeled it wrong. Yeah, the Q1 supposed to be 42. Typo everywhere. 57 minus 41. How many it will be? It will be 16, yeah. Is it?
42, teacher.
Oh, yeah, 42. My God, thank you.
Oh my god.
So it will be equals to 15, yeah. Is it? Or is there anyone who disagree with me? Maybe I make another typo in here. Hello? Is there anyone have any confusion? Is there anyone who have any confusion now? Everything's
No.
fine? Okay.
No.
Let me know if maybe I make a typo so you will not get confused later on, yeah? Okay, let us move to the range. How do we find the range? If we are going to find the range, we have to find the largest value and also the smallest value. If it is cumulative frequency, it will be visible. You don't have to order it from the smallest. So this is the largest value. The largest value is equals to 80. And then the smallest value, it will be at this place at 10. So for finding the range, it will be 80 minus 10, which is equals to 70. Is there anyone having any question, or the explanation is not clear enough for you? Hello?
Clear.
Okay, clear. Okay.
Got it.
For the range, it will be equals to 70. Okay. If no one have no confusion, let us move to the percentile. What is percentile in here? Percentile, it means per hundred. So because it says 10 percentile, it means we have to find the value of 10 per hundred. So it means 10 per hundred. If later we have 9 percentile, it will be 9 per hundred. If it is 50 percentile, yeah, 50 per 100, and so on. Is there anyone having any question? Percentile, percent. You know the word percent? Percent means per hundred. That's why in here, if we have 10 percentile, so it will be 10 per hundred. Before the Q, I told you the Q is for quarter. So if it is Q2, yeah, 2 per 4. Q1, 1 per 4. If this, now we have the percentile. If it is 10 percentile, yeah, 10 per hundred. If 7 percentile, yeah, later 7 per hundred, and so on. Is there anyone who still get confused with my explanation? Or maybe I talk too fast? No? Okay. So if we have to find the 10 percentile, we have to find the 10 per hundred of 100. So how many it will be? 10 per hundred of 100. It will be equals to how many, Erika?
10.
10. So we have to find the 10 in here. I connect the line. And then it will be stopping at 32, yeah? Is it? Or maybe I read it in a wrong way. Yeah. So the 10 percentile, it will be equals to the 10 percentile, it will be equals to 32. Okay, is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay. If no one have no confusion, let us
Wait,
move.
actually, I'm pretty confused.
Oh,
So
which
it's
part?
10% of what?
Yeah. 10, sorry, can you repeat again?
It's 10 per 100 of what?
Yeah, times of the n. It's always times by n. The n is 100. Before we have Q2. Q2 means 2 per 4. The 2 per 4, I need to multiply it by 100. And then I get 50. So I connect 50. I find the value of the speed. Now for the 10 percentile, it will be 10 per 100 times with the number of n. 10 per 100 times with 100, the answer will be 10. So from the cumulative frequency, I find the 10, and then I find the speed from the cumulative frequency. The speed, it will be equals to 32 kilometers per hour. So far, is there anyone who has, yeah? Is it clear? Or is there anyone who get confused still? Clear? Okay.
That's cool.
Okay, if it is clear, I will move to the question 5. For the question 5, now we have uh, the value of V if the V is 80% of motor vehicles have speed less than or equal than V. So because we already have the 80%, it means we have to find the 85% of the total cumulative frequency. So if 85%, it will be stopped at it will be stopping at 85. Sorry for my tongue in here. So we connect it at 85. We make a line. I hope this is a straight enough. Oops, is it too much? Yeah. So stop at that place. We can find the value of the speed. What speed is it? The value?
62.
It will be 62. So the speed, it will be 62 kilometer per hour. Now read the question. The value of V if the the V is the speed, yeah. So we already find the speed, which is equals to 62 kilometers per hour. Is there anyone having any questions so far? Or my explanation is still too fast or anything? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If no one have no question, I will move to the next question for the next example question, I think. Yeah, the fee is 62. This is the answer. Later, I will share the PowerPoint. You can check it by yourself. And then now we have this question. Oh, which one is your question? Can you repeat? Can you tell me what is your question? Oh my God. If why you are so tired, maybe you are at night, you stay awake too long at night or anything like that. Please ask question that is related to maths. Not ask me any question that is not related to the maths class. Okay. Now let us move to this question. 120 students take a science test. The cumulative frequency is already shown there. From the graph, we have to estimate the median, lower quartile, and also upper quartile. So now same thing, if we are going to find the median is Q2, so we have to find 2 per 4 of 120. What number it will be for the median? Hello?
60.
Yeah, so from 60, we have to make line and connect it. So how many is the marks? How much is the marks?
50.
Okay, so for the median, the marks is 50. And then for the lower quartile, how many it will be? On which number do I have to check from the cumulative frequency? Which number do I have to use to check? Lower quartile is Q1. Q1 means 1 per 4. 1 per 4 of n, it will be how many?
30.
30. So we make a straight line at 30. Yeah, from this one, we connect it and we find the marks. How many is the marks at Q1?
18.
Yeah, the Q1, it will be equals to 18. Now what about the Q3? What about Q3? What number do I have to use to check?
90.
Okay, so we have to make line at 90. So at 90, we connect it. So what is the marks for the Q3? Yeah, the Q3, it will be equals to 82. Is there anyone having any question? Oh, kok Q2, Q3, sorry. Is there anyone who get confused or still do not understand? Is there anyone? No? Okay. If no one have no question, we have to find the interquartile range. How do we find the interquartile range? Hello?
Q3 minus Q1.
Okay, Q3 minus Q1. How many it will be? 82 minus 18. How many it will be?
64.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone having any question? Or the explanation is too fast? No? Okay. If no question, we have to find the 10 and also 80 percentile. To find the 10, so we have to find 10 per 100 times with 10 per 100 times with 120. How many it will be? It will be 12, yeah? Is it? Yeah, we have to find the 12th one. Yeah. For finding the 12th one, so each box is 2. This is the 12th one. No, this is it correct, the 12th one, or did I? No. 1, 2, 3. This is too much, yeah. This is not 12. Wait. 4, so 3. 20 divided by 4 is how many? 5, yeah. 20 divided by 5 is 4, so 3 boxes, correct. Is it the 12 there, or is there anyone who disagree if I put the 12 there? So how many is the 12? It's supposed to be around,
8.
yeah, it will be around 8. Okay, is there anyone have any question for the 10 one? So the 10 one, it will be around 8. And then what about the 81? For finding the 80, we do the same thing. So 80 per 100, 80 per 100 times with 120. How many it will be? Is it 96 or is it 96? Yeah. So we have to find the 96 one. For the 96 one, where it will be? My pencil is not working. Later, sorry, yeah, if later it will be overload, I think it will be. Wait, where is the 90? No, it's not there. 90 is in here. Yeah.
It's 200.
Yeah. How many it will be then? 80. How many is it? How many it will be at 96?
84.
84. Yeah, it will be 84. Is there anyone who get confused? Is there anyone who get confused? No? Okay, if no one have no confusion, let us move to the question 4. For the question 4 in here, we have, if the passing marks is 60% of the students pass the test, we have to find the passing mark. 60% pass the test. So 60% of 120, it will be how many? 60% of 120, it will be how many? Hello, are you still there? Yeah, it will be 72. So it means we have to find the 72 data. The 72 data, we have to make line at the 72. That place. So the passing mark, it will be how many? The passing mark? How many is the passing mark? Hello, am I not
Seven.
connected to you? How many? 60, how many?
67.
67? Yeah, I think it's about 60.
It looks like 66.
66
Or
or 67? Yeah, it's
I don't know.
estimation. It says estimation, so I think either a 66 or a 67 is correct because it says estimation. So if it says estimation, the paper will give you range for the answer. Okay, is there anyone having any question or still getting confused so far? Is there anything confusing so far? No? Okay. If nothing is confusing, we only have like 1 minute left. I don't think it will be, you will have enough time to do it. Yeah, later I'll give you another question using this cumulative frequency. Please kindly try to do it at home. Later I will mention it through the Google Classroom, which one that will be your homework. Okay, I think that's all for today's class. Good morning and thank you, students.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
Do not forget to
you.
submit the homework, yeah.